Thanks for checking out this presentation on small business marketing on autopilot. What I'd like to do today is cover some of the strategies that small businesses are using in the marketplace. As everybody's well aware, there's been a major down cycle with business. The economy is not the same it was 2 years ago. Businesses have to use different strategies. A lot of businesses are relying on things they were doing in the past 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and finding that they're not as effective. They're not working. Other businesses are discovering that there's better ways to be more effective in the marketplace. So what I'd like to do is give you a nuts and bolts overview, some really solid information of what you can do as a small business to compete in your marketplace, gather new customers, and generate leads. So here's what we're going to be covering in this presentation. Number one, the biggest marketing problems facing small business today. We'll go over some email marketing statistics. Why list building is the #1 marketing tool for small business. Take a look 5 to 7 years down the road and we'll see why the power is in the list for your business. What are the 13 deadly email marketing mistakes? How to monetize your list with joint ventures for additional profits and customers. How to automate the process, which is the key to the whole thing. Your biggest challenges, questions, and answers. So let's get started. So as we get started, let's talk about the success of Google. Google has become a household word. It's by far the #1 search engine. And it's really evolved since the early days in, let's say, 2000, 2002, 2003. They were the first ones to come up with AdWords, pay-per-click marketing. They are definitely responsible for the lion's share of the search engine traffic, but increasingly they're becoming more and more important for small local businesses to get featured and differentiate themselves in the marketplace. More and more people are going to Google first over the phone book. The phone book is really a dead tree way of marketing and expensive way. It's not flexible. If you make a mistake, you've got to wait till the next cycle to change it. You can't update it. Using Google, you can. Now, there's a lot of different ways for businesses to differentiate themselves. We have a 20-point checklist that we go through with a website to see what makes sense for you on a business-to-business basis. But let me just run through a few of them. We're not going to get into all these today, but this is just an example of things that are there that are available today that weren't available for small local businesses in the past. Now, Google Maps you may be familiar with. They have definitely become prominent, and when people type in for a local store, if you're a pizza store and they type in pizza in their state or their city, you can show up on a map. And some people do by default, others people need to. There's reviews. Reviews are becoming more and more important. If people see reviews, a bunch of good reviews for your restaurant or your oil change or your landscaping company, then they're more likely to use you. So you need to learn how to use reviews. There's coupons you can offer through Google Marketing, pictures of your business, gives you further branding and opportunities to engage the customer. You can offer videos. There's a new paid service called Markers, and mobile optimization, since that's definitely growing and more people are searching from their mobile phone. Today we're going to keep it simple, and we're not going to get into all of those. We're going to go into how you can use email as a strategy to generate more revenue, leads, customers for your business. So let's get started. Let's start with an interesting fact. According to Ogilvy and Mather, who are one of the most prominent advertising agencies of modern time, they claim that companies who continue to spend through the recession recover faster than those companies that cut back on their marketing once times turn or the economy rebounds. Now, your normal reflex is to cut back in all areas, and we've seen in the last few years there's been a ton of cutting back, but we need to look at the marketing piece of thing and see what makes sense. Now, what I'm going to show you is a method to make some changes. So you're not necessarily cutting back your budget. You're not necessarily increasing your budget. What you're going to do is shift your budget from one area of ineffective advertising to another area of advertising that works. So the current market environment creates a situation where businesses are competing over fewer dollars in the marketplace. Consumers are spending less. They're trying to save, get themselves out of debt. They are spending, they are making purchases, but they're looking for quality, and they're thinking twice before they just put the money out, especially businesses. Businesses have budgets, they have reserves, but they're careful how they're going to use them. So it's important to engage the customer in a way that they are looking for. You know what those ways are, but also start channeling your marketing budget in directions where you know it's having an effect, where it can be measured and you can make decisions based upon the results instead of just guessing and hoping. Here's the biggest marketing problems facing business today. Most businesses are spending $1,000, $3,000 per month on their marketing, and they really have no idea how well it's working. They're not measuring response. They're not tracking. They're trying something because maybe the other guy is trying and they feel they have to. They're in the yellow pages because their competitor is. They're in. They're doing mailers because their competitor is. They're on radio, but they don't know how well that is working for them. It's not measuring. So when customers come in, they don't know where they're coming in. And therefore, it's very hard to make the right decisions, put the money in the right places, and eliminate budget from the wrong places if you can't measure your return. And in the end, it's all about the return on your investment. If you can measure it, you can grow your business, you can eliminate what's not working, and you can increase and ramp up what is working. So let's take a look at today's topic, email marketing, and why it's the #1 tool that you should be using if you're not using, and what you can learn how to use more effectively if you're just using it a little bit. Email marketing delivers the highest return on investment, outweighing all the other forms. A 2005 report by the Direct Marketing Association said that in that year, a whopping $57.25 return for every dollar spent in 2005, as opposed to $7.08 for every dollar spent on print catalogs and $22.52 for every dollar spent on non-email internet marketing. Now that's a big difference. It also went on to say in 2008 there was a difference of $45 for every dollar spent, while direct offline marketing had a return of investment of just $15.55 for every dollar invested. So apart from giving you a better return, and perhaps maybe the reason it does give you a better return is because of a few things. It solves the #1 problem business owners have with their website, and that is what to do. If you have a website that doesn't engage your customer in one way or another, and as we mentioned, there's lots of ways to do it, but email is definitely your #1 priority. If you don't have that in place, you need to engage them, because if people are just coming to your website and looking, your site is essentially a brochure, and when they're done reading it, they're going to throw it away, or in this case, they're going to click off to another website, to one that engages them. So you use email as a tool to engage a dialogue, just like if someone was coming in the store, they're browsing through the aisles, they're looking at all your merchandise, and you say, hello, how are you doing today? What are you looking for? What brought you in today? Can I help you? Oh yes, we have that color over here. Did you know we have this on sale? Well, That's exactly what you need to do. You think of the internet in the way that you used to be thinking of a store with a customer coming in. You're engaging a conversation. You're finding out what they need. You're giving them information. You're educating them about their products. You're building rapport. You're showing you've got product knowledge. You care about them. And in return, they build a relationship and want to do business with you. So the engagement factor is huge, and that's the #1 key to email marketing. Aside from that, it's extremely affordable. Compared to all these other forms of advertising, it's not even close. You've got static yellow page ads, all the things we discussed earlier. They're much, much more expensive, and they're completely inflexible compared to email marketing. You can market to your customers on autopilot. I mean, this gives you the ability to plan your month in advance and say, on week 2 of October, I'm going to promote this product. On week 4 of October, I'm going to promote that product. And you set it up and it's done. You can move on to all the other stuff that you have to do. That is the beauty of email marketing. You can automate a conversation, a dialogue. You can give customers something valuable in terms of education. So if you own a clothing store, you can give them tips on how to measure a suit, how to care for a suit, the do's and don'ts of cleaning a suit. There's an unlimited opportunity to communicate and educate your customer and really see the value in doing business with you as opposed to someone else who isn't providing that kind of information. Not only that, with email, you can develop a continual dialogue. It's a constant drip of information that comes through and keeps you in touch so they don't forget about you. Maybe they don't need a suit this month, but you stay in touch. You give them a little tip. You give them some useful information. Again the next month, and again the next month. Once you have established them as a customer through your email, even if they haven't purchased anything, through the constant reminder, using the power of email and the internet, you can effectively communicate with them until the day that they do need something. And that's one of the problems of advertising, is being in front of the customer at the right time they need your service. And that traditionally it's been just done with brute force repetition. You know, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, they're always in your face. They're spending the money, so when you're hungry, you think of them. Well, if you're a smaller business, you can't be everywhere. But once you've found a way to engage with that customer, you can have a conversation with them, constantly remind them of what you do, and plant the seed so that when they do need your services, they'll automatically think of you because you've provided value to them. So with email marketing, the power is in the list. And what that means is that your list, check out part 2 of this video presentation, which is entitled The 13 Deadly Email Marketing Mistakes. Please enter your name and email address in the box right below this video. You'll receive it automatically at no charge, and you'll be able to watch it at your leisure. Hopefully you'll enjoy that as much as you enjoyed the first part. It'll take you through the mistakes to avoid and things to think about when you want to engage your customers using the power of email marketing. Thank you.